Hi, everyone. About a minute on Alt Energy's big copper problem, and it is a big problem. We hear a lot about the energy transition, claims that we're going to quit using hydrocarbons and use electric vehicles and renewable energy. All of those schemes depend on a massive increase in global production of key metals, including copper. Daniel Yergin, the vice chairman at S&P Global, estimates that we'll have to double copper supply globally between now and 2035. Well, that is not going to happen. I'm sure it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Why? Because you look at the copper mines around the world and production isn't increasing, it's falling, and costs are increasing. Now, let me be clear. Copper prices have been relatively soft this year. We're seeing an economic slowdown, so prices have actually fallen this year by about 13%, according to tradingeconomics.com. If you don't know that website, check it out. You can get all kinds of commodity prices readily available there. But there was a great piece on Twitter by a guy named Brandon Balo, who's a commodities analyst and value investor. He looked at the top 10 copper producers globally, and what did he find? In the first quarter of this year, 6 out of the 10 biggest copper producers in the world saw their production fall and costs increase. In fact, at Codelco, production was down 9%, costs were up 34%. At Freeport-McMoRan, production was down 4%, costs up 33%. So what's happening? Well, ore grades are falling. The quality, rather, of the ore grades is declining. Well, when you have lower ore grade, that means you have to move more rock. Move more rock, you have more energy inputs. More energy inputs means higher costs. So that's all these things together. Lower quality ore, higher production costs at the same time that demand is supposed to be increasing. So all of these are going to have inflationary effects across the economy, but particularly in the push for alternative energy. So when we think about moving to something else, away from hydrocarbons, we have to be clear about what that means to the overall system. We live in a world that is a bunch of interconnected networks. And when you try and press one part of that network, try and push one technology over another, it's going to affect the rest of the system. So copper is the clear example of that. And this cost inflation, lower ore grades, the fact that we're not opening more mines in any kind of a timely manner, all indicates these ideas around a quick transition to alternative energy simply isn't based in facts in the real world. And copper is with a clear example of the limits on how this transition can occur. So you might check out Brandon Balo's Twitter feed. It's Market Plunger 1. That's Market Plunger numeral 1. I'll stop there. Follow me on Substack, would you? robertbryce.substack.com. Thanks a lot. See ya.